Welcome to this grounding Vinyasa flow. My name's Sam. And before we begin, maybe just grab any props you might like to use. Blocks if you have them, or even big books can work. A blanket if you like to use one, maybe for your knees or for your Shavasana. And if you have a cushion or something you can prop your hips up on, maybe grab that too. And then whenever you feel ready, coming to find a comfortable seat. Either cross-legged in Sukhasana, easy seat. Or if you prefer, you could also come into a hero's pose, maybe kneeling over your cushion, or if you don't have a cushion, kneeling onto the floor. And then coming to rest your hands somewhere over your thighs or your knees. And palms facing down to energetically already begin to connect to a sense of grounding. And whenever you feel ready, beginning to close down your eyes. And taking these first few moments here to really land into your space, into your body. Becoming aware of any sounds around you. Any smells. Maybe noticing the temperature of air on your skin. Noticing the connection of your palms on your legs. Your sitting bones connected to a cushion or maybe your mat. Grounding down into the earth. Beginning to draw your awareness inward into your breath. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. There's no need to change or control your breath in any way. Simply see if you can observe your breath exactly as it is. Right now, in this moment. And gently observing the natural rising and falling of your breath in your body. And beginning to find some more length through your spine, creating some more space between your vertebrae. Rooting down through your sit bones as your spine grows tall. The crown of the head reaches upwards. And relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. And creating a little bit more space across your chest. Noticing if you're holding any tension in your face. Can you invite in a little softness? Relaxing your jaw, the space between your eyebrow center. Resting here in this awake, present awareness. Grounding into your seat, into yourself. Beginning to invite in some deeper breaths now. And feeling the breath fill your belly, your lungs as you inhale. And slowly releasing, belly softening, grounding down as you exhale. And feel free if you notice you're holding on to anything that you'd like to let go. Maybe welcoming in a sigh as you exhale. Finding a sense of deep release here. Remembering our exhalations are always an opportunity to let something go. Our intention for today's practice is to find a sense of grounding. All the uncertainty that's going on in the world right now. Maybe you're feeling some anxiety, maybe fear. And seeing if you can use this practice to come back to your center. Reconnect to the earth, to your body, and to the present moment. Grounded, centered within yourself. If the Ujjayi breath is a part of your practice, feel free to bring that in now. Finding that gentle contraction at the base of your throat. Breathing in and out through your nose. Ujjayi breath helps us to stay connected to our breath, which helps us stay connected and grounded into the present moment. And if you're not working with the Ujjayi breath, feel free to continue to breathe deeply throughout this practice. And taking 2 more deep breaths here. Whenever you finish your 2 breaths, bring your palms to connect in front of your heart center in Anjali Mudra, this mudra of salutation. Taking a moment to maybe set your intention for this practice. Maybe it's a word or a mantra that comes to mind. Possibly even the mantra, I am grounded. Repeating your intention silently to yourself as you take a deep inhale. And sigh out, exhale. And letting it go. And take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, bow your head toward your heart. And releasing your hands down onto your thighs, your knees. And starting to find some small movements with your torso. You can keep your eyes closed here, or if you prefer, gaze soft. And starting to circle your body in one direction. Maybe starting a little bit smaller. Maybe moving towards some bigger circles. Rolling over the sitting bones or rolling through around your rib cage. Maybe rolling through your shoulders. And if you want to add your breath here, you might inhale as you move forward. And exhale as you roll backwards. And taking a couple more in this direction. Whenever you feel ready, you're starting to reverse those circles. Possibly again starting a little bit smaller. You could be rolling over your sitting bones. Or maybe rolling through your rib cage. Maybe you start to make those circles a bit bigger. Finding movement through your shoulders. Possibly adding your breath, inhaling as you roll forward. And then exhaling as you draw backwards and around. And taking 2 more circles here. Gently beginning to find your way back to your center. Shoulders are stacked over your hips, spine is long. And keeping your eyes closed if it's possible, or gaze soft again. You prefer, as you inhale, extend your arms out wide, palms come to touch over your head. And then as you exhale, draw your prayer down through your heart center. Inhale, arms sweep out wide. Maybe head tilts up, palms connect. And exhale, releasing your hands down in front of your heart space. 2 more like this. Really grounding down as you exhale. Last one. And drawing your energy back to your heart. And then as you inhale this time, stretch your arms out wide again. Palms connect overhead. And then as you exhale, twist to your right. Left hand to your right knee. And your right hand down on the ground behind you, on your fingertips. And as you breathe in, find some more length through your spine. And then as you breathe out, maybe rotating a little bit deeper. And taking 1 more breath on this side. And on your next inhalation, raising your arms up overhead. And this time as you exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes toward your left knee, your left fingertips ground behind you. And again, breathing in, create some space through the vertebrae. And then as you exhale, rotating through your rib cage. Taking 1 more full, deep breath here. And then as you inhale again, take your arms overhead last time. And then drawing your energy down again through to your heart as you exhale. And if your eyes are still closed, taking a moment to open them back up. And finding yourself back into the space. And then when you're ready, coming to all fours. So removing any props out from underneath you. And you're removing socks or sweaters if you still have them on. And then coming to find an all fours position. So your knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. And see if you can start to press the ground away already here. Your neck is long. And then as you inhale, start to drop your belly, tilt your pelvis out and gaze up. And then as you exhale, start to round your back. Chin moves toward your chest. Inhale, arching the back, heart lifts. And exhale, rounding. Breathe in into cow pose. Breathe out into cat. Opening up the backside of the body. Inhale, lift and open. And exhale, drawing inwards. And continuing to move like this. Or if you prefer, maybe finding some free movement here. So you could be moving in figures of 8, maybe moving from side to side, maybe even shifting back to child's pose, rolling forward, maybe rolling with your wrists, moving your shoulders, anything that feels intuitive in your body. And staying connected to your deep, smooth breath. And we'll take 2 more full, deep breaths here. And whenever you feel ready, coming back to meet in your neutral all fours position. So before we move, make sure again that your shoulders and wrists are aligned, knees and hips are aligned, neck is long. Please spread your fingers and press the mat away. Pit of the belly drawing in and up, so you're engaging your abdominals. And then as you inhale, take your right leg behind you. Your right leg behind you. Maybe flex the foot. You might even bend your knee. And as you inhale, open your heart, press the foot up. And then as you exhale, point your toes, draw your knee in towards your chest. Inhale, the leg lifts, heart opens. And exhale to draw the knee in, point the toe. 3 more like this. An extension of our cat and cow, but with a little bit more abdominal activation here. Let's take 2 more. Well, this time as you inhale, stretch your leg out long. And then spin your left shin back. It's at a 90-degree angle. So you're coming into a supported side plank. You can place your right foot on the ground and finding some alignment with your left arm, the wrist and the shoulder, either a little bit further back, but not going past over the wrist. You might take your right arm up to the sky. Time to open through your heart here. And you might stay like this. Or if you like, maybe raising your right leg, taking your right arm overhead. And again, you could stay here. Or if you like, maybe inhaling. And then as you exhale, make a fist with your hand, flex the foot, draw your elbow and knee together. Inhale, extend out long. And exhale, drawing in, open your head. Breathing into lengthen. And exhale. And 2 more. Last one. And inhale, lengthen last time. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand back down to the mat. Bring your knees parallel again. And this time you can bring your big toes together, let the knees separate actually, and sink your hips back into your child's pose. If you want to make it a little bit more active, you might walk your palms further away from you as you continue to ground through your forehead, sinking through your chest. If you want to make it a little bit softer, you might release your forearms to the mat. And let's take a few deep breaths in your child's pose. I'm just going to check this is still recording. Yes. Remembering that you can always come back to your child's pose at any time throughout the practice. Anytime you want to come back to that sense of grounding and come back to your breath. And let's take one last deep breath here. And your next inhale, slowly start to draw yourself up. And see if you can come back to your neutral all fours position. Alignment with your wrists and shoulders, knees and hips. And again, before we move, press the ground away. Start to engage, draw the pit of your belly in and up here. Your neck is long. And then on your next inhale, extend your left leg behind you. You can flex the foot, maybe bend the knee. As you inhale, start to arch the back, gaze up. And then as you exhale, point the toe, draw the knee toward your chest. Activate your abdominals. Inhale, lifting up, press the foot away. And exhale to draw in. Inhale, arching your back. And exhale, drawing in. And two more in your own time. And on your next inhale, stretch your leg up long. And you can place your toes down toward the ground. Spin your right shin behind you. So it's at a 90-degree angle. And then you can raise your top arm. So you're going to end up in this supported side plank. And again, wrist and shoulder aligned, or maybe hand a little bit further forward. Not going over the wrist. And then you might stay here. Move forward a little bit. You might stay here, or if you like, you might reach your left arm overhead and start to lift your left foot off the floor, maybe flexing the toes. Then you could take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you might draw your left knee, your left elbow together. Inhale, extending out long. And exhale, drawing in. Inhale to find length. And exhale, moving through your obliques. Two more. And last time, stretching out long. Inhale, and as you exhale, pivoting back through center. And this time, staying in your all fours. You can step your hands about one handprint further forward. Tuck your toes under. Start to shift your hips back toward your heels. Press down through your hands. And slowly start to lift your hips up toward the sky for a downward facing dog. You might pedal your feet out here. Making sure your hands are grounded shoulder width apart. Your feet are hip width apart. And really pressing into your fingers, knuckles, and palms evenly. Making sure you're pressing weight into the thumb side of your hand. And again, the pit of your belly is drawing in and up here. And activating your Uddiyana Bandha, abdominal lock. You're finding your earth connection through your feet and through your hands. You're still finding lightness with your sitting bones. That sense of lifting up, growing out of the earth. And taking one last breath like this. And start to bring your gaze forward. Really slowly walk your feet toward your hands. And coming to set your feet hip width apart here. And allow your spine to dangle down. And you can bend your knees as much as you need to, so that you can fold from your hips. Support your lower back. Rather than rounding through your lower back, just bend the knees and see if you can forward from that place. You might take opposite elbows. And then either staying in stillness or finding some gentle movement side to side. If you have the elbows, start to release your hands. Bend your knees. And as slowly as possible. Bring your chin in. Start to roll up through your spine. And stacking one vertebrae on top of the next. Until finally you come all the way up to stand. Standing at the top of your mat. Facing the short end of your mat. And set the feet hip width for this one. Open your palms, Tadasana, mountain pose. And then when you're ready, close your eyes. Maybe start to find a little movement. So shifting your weight from side to side here. Or maybe forwards and backwards. And then coming to find your center. When you're really pressing into all four corners of your feet. As you draw that strength up from the earth, your thighs are engaging, drawing your kneecaps up. If you can lengthen your tailbone down toward the ground. Navel drawing into your spine. And shoulders again soft, away from your ears. Relax your face. Really feeling that earth connection, energy moving downward. And then rebounding up, so lifting up toward the sky. I'm going to do 3 cleansing breaths here. So take a deep inhale through your nose. And sigh out your mouth. 2 more times, breathing in. And let it go. Last one, breathe in. And release. Your eyes are closed, opening them back up. And then on your next inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky, palms connect overhead. Maybe find a baby. And then as you exhale, bow forward, hinging from your hips. Inhale into your flat back. Your hands come toward your shins. Start to send your spine long here. Reaching through the crown of your head as your sitting bones draw backwards. And take another inhale. And then as you exhale, fold forward, place your hands on the mat and step back into your high plank. And holding this high plank for a moment. If you need to lower your knees, go for it. Otherwise, make sure that your wrists and your shoulders are aligned. Your fingers are spread. And drawing back with your heels for a strong base. And then really start to press the ground away. So rather than collapsing, you're pressing away from the ground. And the upper part of your back is rounding. And engaging your core. Just holding in strength for a moment. Inviting in some heat. And take another inhale. And then as you exhale, lower your knees. Wrap your elbows in. And lower your chest down onto the mat. And bring your hands alongside your chest, untuck your toes. And inhale, start to lift your heart. Coming up into a cobra or a baby cobra. If your elbows are sticking out, if you can wrap them back in again. Take another breath in. And exhale to the floor. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, open the chest, lift the heart. And then exhale back to the mat. Press through your hands, roll over your knees. And come to land back into your downward facing dog. And taking one last breath here. Start to bend your knees, look where you're going, and step, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift as you breathe in, long spine. Bowing, excuse me, forward as you breathe out. Inhale, sweep your arms up toward the sky. And exhale, hands through heart center, releasing the palms down into Tadasana. Again, inhale, raising up. And exhale, bowing forward. Long spine as you inhale. And then ground your hands, step back as you exhale, high plank. And take an inhale here. And maybe as you exhale this time, keep the knees lifted as you lower all the way down onto the mat. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. And exhale, lower the chest. Rolling back over your hands and knees and finding your downward facing dog. And taking 3 deep breaths here. And again, start to bend your knees, look where you're going, and step or float toward your hands. And flat back as you breathe in. And folding down as you breathe out. Inhale, expand upwards toward the sky. And hands sliding down through heart center into Tadasana as you exhale. Last round of this. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. And then ground your hands, step or jump back. Moving from high to low plank and then exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Maybe hips lifted this time. And then exhale to send your hips up to the sky. Downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths again. Making sure you're really spreading your fingers here. Think about externally rotating your upper arms. So you're rotating your biceps toward the front of your room, in front of your mat rather, and triceps toward your thighs. Let's take one last breath here together. And then bending your knees, looking forward, and stepping or floating to the top of your mat. And flat back, breathe in. And fold forward, and breathe out. Reaching, expand upwards, inhale. And hands through heart center, exhale. Into Tadasana. From here, start to bend your knees. You can gently slide your hands across the floor, your fingertips, slide them across the floor rather, and sink into your Utkatasana, chair pose. And if you notice, you're really arching into your lower back here. See if you can hug your lower ribs in and draw your tailbone so it's gliding down toward the earth. And you're drawing in through your center line, so inner thighs drawing together. Core is engaged. Maybe sink a little bit deeper. Take another breath in. And folding forward, exhale. Halfway lift, long spine, take a breath in. And then ground your hands, step or jump back, move through your vinyasa. So high to low plank as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your right leg up toward the sky. And then as you exhale, draw your right knee forward, shoulders over your wrists. And see if you can really press the ground away here, lift your hips, tuck the knee in as close as you can. And then step the foot forward. And keep your back heel lifted. Ground through your front foot. Send energy back through your back heel. And inhale, raising up, high lunge. Your hip bones are facing toward the short end of your mat here. Arms alongside your ears. And take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, extend your arms behind you and extend your spine forward. You're coming into a diagonal. Inhale, lifting back up, arms alongside ears. And exhale, diving forward, aeroplane arms. Inhale, raising up. And exhale into this arrowhead shape. Last time, inhale, arms lift. And then this time as you exhale, spin your back heel inward and open your hips up, warrior two. Your back foot is at an inward angle. Your front knee either tracking over your ankle or maybe a little bit further back, but not going past. Your shoulders over your hips. And gaze over your front fingertips. And then as you inhale, just straighten your legs. If you're moving through resistance, bring your palms together. And as you exhale, bend the wrists. Send your palms out, bend into your front knee. Inhale, slowly draw energy in. And then as you exhale, send the energy out. Inhale, lift. And exhale, open. Last time, lifting up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you're gonna spin around, pick up your back heel and frame your front foot again. Your right foot forward, left foot back. Ground the palm with your left hand as you inhale. Take a low lunge, twist here. Your right arm moves up toward the sky, maybe gazing up. And take another breath in. And then as you exhale, take your right hand down toward your mat. And send your right leg back, high plank, maybe three-legged high plank. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, lowering, moving through your vinyasa. And preparing for the left side. Inhale, stretch your left leg up and back. And then as you exhale, shoulders move over your wrists. Draw your knee in. Rather than letting your hips collapse, press the ground away, lift your hips, hug the knee in. And then step the foot forward. And find your grounding first and inhale, lifting up, high lunge. And take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, take your arms behind you, arrowhead, send your spine, crown of the head forward. Inhale, raise up. And exhale, moving forward. Feel the strength in your thighs. Inhale, lift. And exhale, and dive forward. Last time to lift. And then as you breathe out, warrior two. Spinning the back heel down and opening your hips to the side of your mat. And gazing over your front fingers. And then as you inhale, start to draw your palms together, moving through resistance. And exhale, flex your wrists and your palms out, bend into your front knee. Inhale, draw everything. And exhale, send it out, grounding through your feet. One more. And exhale. Last time to lift up. And as you exhale, take your hands down to frame your left foot. Pick up your back heel. Right hand grounds and inhale, left arm raises up. Gazing up. And pause here for your exhale. We'll take another breath in. And then as you breathe out, take your left hand down to your mat and step back. High plank, maybe three-legged high plank. Hold your strength, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lowering through chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. And pausing here for 3 deep breaths. Coming back to a smooth and deep breath. We're going to flow through this Sun Salutation B sequence one more time. One movement, one breath, so a little bit faster. Beginning with your right side. Inhale, take your right leg up behind you. And exhale, step the foot through in between your hands. Raising up, high lunge, breathe in. And then as you exhale, arrowheads with the arms behind you. Send the spine forward. Inhale, raising up. And exhale, extend the spine forward. Last time to lift, breathe in. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, moving through resistance, palms touch, straight in the front leg. And exhale, send it out. Inhale, draw in. And exhale, moving out. Last time to lift, breathe in. And as you exhale, hands frame your front foot. Inhale, right arm rises, gazing up. And then as you exhale, lower your right hand and step back, high plank, maybe three-legged. Holding your strength here for an inhale. And then exhaling through your version of Chaturanga, your Vinyasa. Leaning back and downward facing dog. Left leg rises, breathe in. And step the foot forward, breathing out. High lunge as you inhale. And reach the crown of your head, spine forward. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale, extend. Last time to lift, breathe in. Warrior two, exhale. Ground the outer edge of the back foot. Inhale, move through that resistance. Straighten the front leg. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift. And exhale, open. Last time, draw energy in. And then as you exhale, hands frame your left foot. Back heel lifts. Left hand rises on an inhale. And left hand grounds as you exhale. Send your left leg back. High plank, maybe three-legged. Take an inhale here, holding that strength. And then as you exhale, hugging your elbows in, lowering through Chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling your hips toward the sky. Downward facing dog. And you're welcome to stay in your downward facing dog. Or maybe coming to find a child's pose again. So either with your knees wide, big toes together, or if you prefer, you might bring your knees together, arms alongside your body. And seeing if you can use this time to come back to your breath. Maybe noticing the connection of your body with the earth beneath you. With the end of the soles, or palms rather, of your hands. Maybe you feel your knees or your shins on the floor, the tops of your feet. And connect into that sense of groundedness, support. Letting your heart rate lower. And turn to normal with a calm and steady breath. And let's take one more breath in our child's pose. And as you're ready, you start to find your way back into your downward facing dog. And take your time, no rush. And from here, making sure your hands are firmly planted down. Inhale, Sweep the right leg up to the sky. And then as you exhale, draw your shoulders over your wrists and connect your right knee to your right tricep, maybe the elbow. See if you can get up to the tricep. Inhale, take the leg up and back to the sky. And as you exhale, right knee, left elbow or tricep. See if the hips drop yet. Press the ground away. Keep your hips lifted. Inhale, leg extends up and back. And then exhale, knee to nose. And again, press the ground away. Hug the knee in, round your back. And then step your foot forward. Back heel lifted. We rise up again. High lunge. High lunge. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, standing splits. Fingertips ground in front of your right foot. Left leg reaches up toward the sky. You can also use blocks here underneath your hands. You can bend your standing leg. Maybe pointing your top toes, lifting the top leg, moving through your right hamstring. From here, I'd like to move your right hand on a diagonal, so about 30 centimeters in front of your right foot, somewhere in line with the pinky toe, and transition into half moon. So beginning to stack your hips on top of each other, flex your top foot now, and then open your left arm up to the sky. Keep rooting down through your bottom foot, strong legs. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly land the left foot down and raise up, warrior two. And then from here, just straighten your front leg. Shift your hips back. And then as you inhale, start to reach your front arm as far forward as you can go. And then exhale, lower into Trikonasana Triangle pose. Maybe gazing up at your top hand. And keep rolling your top hip upwards. So tailbone glides down, top hip rolls open. And taking one last breath here. And let's inhale, raising up. And turn your front toes in. So feet are parallel or big toes in, heels out. Hands on your hips. Take an inhale, long spine. And then slowly extend the spine forward and down as you exhale. Release your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, extend your spine, long. And then exhale, folding forward. Just wide-legged forward fold. Walking your hands back in line with your feet. You could also take opposite ankles, no, same ankles, not opposite. And think about seeing if you can align your hips with your feet. Sometimes our hips move quite far back. Seeing if you can bring your hips over your feet, which might feel like you're putting a little bit more weight into your toes. And as always here, feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to, so your pelvis can tilt forwards. You can take that rounding out of your lower back. And let's take one last breath here. Taking a deep inhale. And a full exhale. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Turn your toes out from here. So heels in, toes out. And then as you take an inhale and center. And then as you exhale, start to bend into a side lunge toward the back of your mat and drag your fingertips to the back of your mat. Inhale, bend the front knee, drag the fingertips forward. Exhale, move to the back of the mat. Inhale, we flow forward. And exhale, sweeping back. Last time, flow forward, breathe in. And then turning around, facing the short end of the mat. Pick up your back heel as you exhale. Low lunge twist. Inhale, right arm rises to the sky. And then feel free to stay here, or maybe coming into a side plank. So you might start to spin onto the outer edge of your left foot, and maybe step your right leg to stack, the right foot rather to stack on top of your left. And you could stay here. You could step your top leg over for support. Sit one foot in front of the other. You might even start to raise your top leg. And take another inhale here, lift the hips. And then as you exhale, take the right hand down to the mat. And send your hips up, downward facing dog. Your choice to stay here, or if you like, maybe flowing through Vinyasa in your own time. And taking a couple more breaths before we move to the other side. Preparing again for our left side this time. The left leg rises, breathe in. And as you exhale, shoulders over wrists, left knee, left tricep. Keep your hips lifted. Inhale, take the leg up and back. And exhale, this time across to the right elbow. And again, hips dropping, lift them up. Inhale, the leg up and back. And exhale, knee to nose. Hold for a moment. Round the neck. Engage your core. And step the foot forward. Preparing again for your high lunge. Inhale, lift your heart. And then ground your fingertips back down as you exhale and transition into your standing splits. The right toes are lifting up toward the sky this time. And again, you can use your blocks under your hands. You can also bend to your standing knee. Keep lifting up through your top toes. Maybe noticing that stretch through your hamstring. And from here, we're going to transition into half moon. So left hand grounded about 30 centimeters in front of your left foot, and in line with your pinky toe. And then start to flex your top foot, stacking the hips as you peel open with your right arm. Starting to open the hips here, take as much space as you can. Activate your thighs. Take another breath in. And slowly lower down. Warrior two as you exhale. Maybe landing a little bit more gracefully than me. Hopefully you have a little bit more space there. And straighten the front leg here. Inhale, tilt your hips back. And to reach as far forward as you can go. And exhale, Trikonasana. And triangle pose. Your bottom hand might come to your shin, maybe to the floor, maybe to a block if you have one. Thinking about finding as much side body length here as you can, rather than crunching and condensing through the side. Keep sending your spine long. Take one more breath here. And slowly lifting back up. Inhale. And turn your left toes in again. Feet either parallel or toes in, heels out a bit. And this time interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. As you breathe in, start to puff your chest. Move your gaze up. And then folding forward as you exhale here. And again, bend your knees as much as you need to. You might even experiment with how it feels to have a bend in your knees. Whereas when you try to straighten them, maybe you notice that your lower back feels more supported when you bring a micro bend or even a deeper bend into your knees. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Again, notice the weight over your feet, maybe sending it a little bit further forward if you feel yourself moving back. And taking one last breath like this. Release your hands underneath your shoulders and inhale, long spine. Turn your toes out. And then as you exhale, low lunge, bend into your back knee, sweep your fingertips to the back of the mat. Inhale towards your left foot, open your hips. And exhale, dragging back. Inhale, moving forward. And exhale, moving back. Last time, flowing forward, breathe in. And then as you exhale, ground your hands, pick up your back heel, frame your front foot. Inhale, right arm rises. And again, your choice. Maybe you want to stay here. Maybe you want to spin onto the outer edge of your back foot and step your left foot back rather, coming into a side plank. And again, if you want to support yourself a bit more, step your top leg over. You can either have your feet stacked or your left foot in front of your right foot. Or if you want to, you might even raise your top leg. And then press the ground away, lift the hips, one more breath in. And then exhale, and take your hand down to the mat, hips to sky, down facing up. Again, your choice. Either you want to stay here, or maybe flow through a Vinyasa. Inhaling to roll forward. Exhale, lowering through Chaturanga, elbows hug in. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, hips lift, downward facing. And pausing here for 5 breaths as downward facing dog. If you want to lower your knees and come to child's pose for a few breaths, you're also welcome. You really feel like energizing, maybe finding a dolphin. We're going to lower your forearms down to the mat, lifting your hips. And if you are coming into a dolphin, just press away from the floor. You can also measure the distance of your shoulders by bringing your hands to your elbows and then bringing your palms out. So your forearms are parallel, your elbows are in line. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Checking again that it's still recording. Let's take one last deep inhale. And sigh out your mouth, exhale. And as you're ready, finding your way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. And then exhale, and step your foot forward. Back heel still lifted, raising up high lunge. Really anchor through your front foot here. Find your strength, connection to the earth. And take another breath in. And hands release in front of your heart as you exhale. Inhale, extend your spine forward. Shift all your weight into your front foot. And then very slowly transition into warrior 3. And you might keep your hands in a prayer. Maybe you want to extend them long. Maybe behind you in airplane arms. Keep flexing your left toes here. Hips are even, pinky toe side of your left foot is facing down. Long spine. Take another inhale. And then slowly coming up to stand. Breathing out. I'm going to come into a tree pose from here. So, all the weight in your right foot. Maybe you need to tap your toes down for a minute. And bring your hands onto your hips, left knee in front of you. You can use your left hand to open your left knee to the side. And then connect the sole of your left foot either on your inner thigh, maybe your inner calf, maybe toes grounded over your ankle. Hands might stay at heart center. Maybe you grow your branches overhead. And keeping your drishti, your gaze soft on something stable in front of you. Imagining you have roots growing out your right foot, growing deep into the earth. You can draw all that steady grounding energy up through your body, through your strong legs, strong core. And find lightness and lift through your arms, reaching up through the crown of your head. And take another inhale here. And then exhale slowly, lower your hands back down. And release your left foot to the floor. And shake it out. We're going to flow through a vinyasa again. Maybe this time with your eyes closed, just an option. Maybe trusting in yourself, the support of the earth beneath you. And trusting in your senses, really feeling into it. And beginning whenever you're ready. Inhaling your arms like lift. And exhale, folding forward. And halfway lift, breathe in. And grounding your hands, stepping or jumping back. Moving through chaturanga, low plank as you exhale. And inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra, heart lifts. And exhale, hips to the sky. And downward facing dog. And left leg reaches up and back. Breathe in. And then step the foot forward. Breathing out. Anchor your front foot. High lunge. Inhale. Hands through heart center. Exhale. Inhale, extend your spine forward. And start to transition your way into warrior three. Sending all your weight into your front foot. Your left foot. As your right toe start to lift off your mat. You can also use blocks here, if you like. You can also lower your fingertips to the floor. It's also a possibility, if you need to. And really flex your back foot, pinky toe side of the foot, moving down. And staying for one more breath. Inhaling. And fully exhaling. And then slowly starting to come up to standing. Maybe still balancing on your left foot. And then making your way into a tree pose. You can grab your right ankle with your right hand and place the sole of your foot, again, either on the inside of the calf, up the thigh, or toes could be grounded over your ankle. Your hands might find a prayer. You might choose to grow some branches, extending your arms. And let the earth support you here. And finding strength through your roots. And like a tree, you can still wobble and blow in the wind. You're still firmly supported by the earth. Still have that connection. Not grounding. And taking one more breath here. And start to release your hands down in front of your heart. Release your right leg. And step it down. And again, shake it out. Roll out your shoulders, got any tension. And step to the top of your mat. And again, we're going to flow through a vinyasa. Feel free to go on your own time with your own breath. Or if you want me to guide you, feel free to join in with me. And again, option 2, have your eyes closed. Inhale, sweep the arms up, palms connect. And bowing forward, exhale. And the halfway lift, breathe in. And ground your hands, step or jump back. High to low plank on an exhale, elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog, or And exhaling, hips to the sky, and downward facing. And from here, start to bend your knees. Bring your gaze forward. I'm going to step or jump, pressing your ankles, grounding your sitting bones, and placing your feet on the mat in front of you. And stick your feet together and place your hands behind your knees. Preparing for Navasana, boat pose. As you inhale, start to grow tall through your spine here. So chest is open, shoulders are back, navel drawing in. And start to send your weight back over your sitting bones. You can start to lift your shins off the mat. If this feels cool, spine is long, chest is still open, core is engaged. Maybe you want to release your arms. And if you want to take it further, you might extend your legs straight. That's available for you, your hip flexors or hamstrings. Maybe bring a bit of softness to the face here. And holding in your strength. 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, place the soles of your feet down. Maybe shift your hips forward a little bit if you need to. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. Navel draws in, and then as you exhale, start to round down through your spine. Using your abdominals, and slowly come to lay down onto your back. Now step your feet in closer toward your hips, so feet hip width, and preparing for a bridge pose. Arms alongside your body. And if you can lightly touch your heels with your fingertips, it's roughly a good distance. And before we move, press your lower back into the mat. And as you inhale, start to lift and peel your hips off your mat. This is option 1, you might stay here. If you like, you might roll your shoulders under, interlace your fingers, to press down through your forearms. That's option 2. And even though you're opening up through the front side of your body, there's still engagement in your core. You're still finding that engagement there. You draw your inner thighs in, like there's a block in there. And stretching the center of your chest to the tip of your nose. And feeling all that strength from your base. Take another inhale. And exhale, release your palms, release your shoulders. And come to lay your spine. And pause here. And a couple of breaths. I'm going to move through one more of these back bends. It's your choice if you want to come again into a bridge. If you want to explore a wheel, also an option. If you are exploring a wheel, setting up the same as we did before, so arms alongside our body. But to melt the lower back into the earth, so the spine is neutral, and then start to lift your pelvis off the ground. And if you want to interlace your fingers, tuck your shoulders under the bridge, go for it. If you're exploring a wheel, maybe bringing your hands toward your head, somewhere in line with your ears. And then rather than letting your elbows flare out, see if you can stack them over your wrists. So elbows hug in. And then slowly start to lift yourself off the ground. And again, make sure that you have that activation in your inner thighs. And then start opening your chest toward the back of the room. And keeping your neck safe. Feet firmly planted on the ground. You're drawing your strength from the earth. Using that energy to find openness and expansion. And take one more inhale. And then exhale. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Lower first. Into your shoulders. And release your spine down. And place the soles of your feet together. Let the knees fall apart. And take one hand to your belly. One hand to your heart. And start to trace your breath. If it's not comfortable for you in this reclined butterfly, you can try to walk your feet a little bit further away if you're feeling something in your low back. Or otherwise, an alternative is to step your feet backward and knees fall together. And letting your whole body be supported by the earth. Letting your breath draw you back right into that grounded, centered place inside yourself. Grounded in to the present moment. Really noticing here that you are held by the earth. You are supported. Let's take a couple more deep breaths here. And as you're ready, place your hands on the outside of your knees. And collect your knees into the midline and draw them toward your chest. And interlace your fingers over your shins. And gently rock from side to side. Doing a little massage to your lower back. And from here, we're going to rock and roll up the spine 3 times. So place your hands behind your knees and beginning when you're ready. And on the 3rd time, you can cross your ankles, ground your hands, and send your hips back, downward facing dog. Again, your choice to stay here. Or if you want to float through one last Vinyasa, you might inhale, ripple the spine. And exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhaling back, downward facing dog. And pausing here for a couple of breaths. And start to bend your knees, look forward again. You can do that transition, so stepping or jumping, cross your ankles, and come to sit down onto your sitting bones. Your legs out long. And place your hands beside your hips and start to grow tall through your spine. Spark pose. And feel activation in your core, that strength, even as you are sitting upright. And place the sole of your left foot on the inner of your upper right leg. Root down through your sitting bones. And as you inhale, extend the arms long, find length through your spine. And then as you exhale, bow over your right leg. And letting your hands land where they land. Maybe it's your foot, maybe it's the floor. And you might inhale, find length through your spine. And exhale, bow. Janu Sirsasana. And head to knee pose. Taking one last breath here. And start to roll up your spine. Place your left hand behind your left foot. Fingertips face toward the shoulder end of the mat. And as you inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky. Start to lift your hips up and open through your heart space, supported wildly. Take another inhale, send your hips forward, open your chest. And exhale, rounding back. Moving to the other side. The left leg extends, sole of the right foot on the inside of your left thigh. Breathe in, grow tall through your spine. And then as you exhale, bowing over your left leg this time. And again, you might find some more length as you inhale. Maybe a little bit more depth as you exhale. Feeling a stretch through your left hamstring. Taking one more breath here. Just slowly lift yourself back up. Place your right hand behind you, fingers toward the short end of your mat. And then as you inhale, sweep the left arm up, lift your hips. And coming on your right shin, and send your hips forward, opening your heart. And take another inhale at the supported wild thing. And exhale, grounding back down. Bring both legs out in front of you. And if you know you have tight hamstrings, you can place a blanket or something like that underneath your sitting bones. Come to sit on the edge of it. It will help you to fold a little bit deeper and support your pelvis tilting forward. And flex both your feet. We find length again on an in-breath. Fold forward, exhale. Let your hands land where they land. Maybe it's on your shins. Maybe it's on your mat, maybe your feet. And feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to. So that rather than rounding through your lower back, you can fold forward, tilt from your pelvis. Breathing in, create space through your vertebrae. And breathing out, bow deeper into yourself. And a couple more breaths here. And slowly, let you raise yourself back up. Move a blanket underneath you if you placed one there. You may need to shift your hips forward a little bit. We're going to inhale again, lengthen. And exhale, engage your core. And slowly roll yourself down. You need to lay down onto your back. And we'll take a reclined figure floor on this side. Step your feet in, starting with the right side. You can cross your right ankle just above your left knee, and then interlace your hands up the left foot, either behind the left thigh, maybe over the top of your shin. Make sure you flex your right foot here, and slowly start to draw your left thigh towards you. So use your right elbow to open your right hip. And making sure that you're not lifting your head or your shoulders. You're keeping your head grounded, shoulders soft. And breathing deep. This is always an alternative for pigeon pose or half pigeon pose. Especially if you have sensitive knees, this can be a lot more gentle. Last breath here. And release your hands. And bringing your arms into a cactus shape. Start to slide your right thigh across your left. Ground your left foot so you can lift your hips, send them toward the right. And then let your knees fall toward your right. Knees fall toward the left, right leg, gazing toward the right. If it's too intense for the right leg crossed over, you can just stack your right leg on top. Maybe even starting to close your eyes at this point. Supine twist. Observing your body if you're holding on to any tightness, any tension. And you use your exhalation to let something go and to release a little bit more. And a couple more breaths. And gently coming back your center, shift your hips back to the center of the mat and find your reclined figure 4 on the opposite side. So this time it's the left ankle that's crossing. And again, you could interlace your hands behind your right thigh, a little bit more intense over the top of your right shin. Make sure to flex your left foot to protect your knee. And exploring a range here that works for you, without forcing anything or straining. Finding your edge, without going beyond your limit. Keeping grounded through your back, your shoulders, the back of your head. Relaxing your face. Last breath. And place the sole of your right foot down onto your mat. Arms to T-shape again. Cactus arms. And then this time slide your left leg across, so it's wrapping around your front leg, your right leg rather. And then press down through the sole of your right foot so you can shift your hips to the left. And then let your knees fall toward the right side. Gazing toward the left. And seeing if you can keep your left shoulder sinking down here. And keep finding broadness across your collarbones. Melting into gravity. Supported by the earth. A couple more deep breaths here. And as you're ready in your own time, come back through center. And shift your hips back to the center of your mat. And find a happy baby pose. So you catch your feet from the inside or the outside. Soles of your feet facing up. And keep grounding through your tailbone here. So rather than letting your lower back lift off, keep your lower back grounded. Maybe rock a little from side to side. And then as you're ready, draw your knees in toward your chest, forehead to knees. And take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, start to release down into your Shavasana. Grabbing any props you might like to use. You could place a cushion over your hip bones, and cushion underneath your knees. And feel free to put socks on or grab a blanket. And letting your feet naturally fall open. Your arms be open alongside your body, palms face up. Neck is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. Your whole body supported and grounded. And carried and held by the earth beneath you. And resting here into stillness. And slowly beginning to deepen your breath. And gently moving your fingers, your toes, and rolling out through your wrists, your ankles. And if you like, you might take a full body stretch, taking your arms overhead. Making yourself as long as possible. Deeply inhaling. And exhale, sigh out. Release. And take your time to draw your knees in toward your chest. And roll gently to your right hand side. And pause for a moment. Maybe noticing how you're feeling now at the end of practice. Hopefully feeling at least a little bit more grounded, centered inside yourself. You can press down through your left hand to raise up to a comfortable seat. Either coming again to sit cross-legged or kneeling if you prefer. And bring your hands in front of your heart space. And taking a moment to come back to the intention that you set at the beginning of this practice. Breathing in that intention. And exhale, letting it go. And taking a moment to thank yourself for practicing yoga today. And taking the time out for yourself. Connect to your body, the ground, to be present. We'll seal the practice again with a single cleansing breath. Breathe in deeply. And sigh out, bow your head to your heart. Honoring yourself and the teacher within you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing this grounding practice with me. My name is Sam. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me or send me a private message. Yeah, I wish you well in these strange times. Hopefully you can remember that you can always come back to that sense of groundedness and centeredness inside yourself. And peace.